How long? Tell me how long?
Happy February, y'all. We are back with Lady A Presents
Tell me how long?
Moments in Black History, Food for the Souls. Today, I have a very special guest who I am just excited about. You know, Black History Month means, to me, stories that we pass down from generation to generation. Make sure that you are talking to your children, your grandchildren, about what has happened in your Black history. Today, my very special friend, my icon, my big brother, the man, my go-to guy, Mr. Grammy winning, Mr. Bobby Rush is with me. Hey, Mr. Bobby.
Hey, how you doing, Lady A? How you feel?
I'm feeling good. How are you feeling?
Well, I feel real good. I'm ready to talk about what you want to talk about, because now talking about Black History Month, it's only 1 month with maybe someone, but if Black History Month has been 87 years with me on every day.
That's right. You know, Black History Month is 24/7, 365. That's what I say. Because we are Blacknificent, as you see my shirt says. And you looking as good as I know you're going to sound today.
Hey, I feel real good. You know, I've been shut up in the house now for a while. Couldn't go out to things I wanted to do or like to do, but got me a lot of rest. You know, I just feel like I can jump over the moon right now, baby, because I'm rested, ready to go.
Well, I'm telling you, you're looking good. You're looking good.
Thank you.
Mr. Bobby, you know, I was really excited about having you talk about Black history because I've been blessed to be on the DME tour with you, and you were always an icon that I have always looked up to, and I love your music, and I love your stories. So one question I want to ask you, though, that I've never gotten to ask you is, what was the very first music project that you ever did?
One that really got me started, I think, was a song back in 1956, I believe it was.
Okay.
56. I did a couple of things before that, but this time got radio play. But it's called a record called "Sock It to Me Boogaloo."
So you know I'm looking it up, right?
Sock it to me Boogaloo. You know, and
tell me a little bit about that. What's the story behind that?
I recorded at Chess Recording Company. Myself and Muddy Waters and Howard Wolf was all recording for Chess Recording Company there in Chicago. Jimmy Reed and all the guys was there, Bo Diddley. And I went there to get this job. And I recorded my record there, but I didn't put it out on Chess Record. And since we talk about Black History Month, the reason I didn't put it out then because I made a terrible mistake for reading a pamphlet was on one of the brothers' desks. Now, Leonard Chess, Field Chess were two brothers. They own the company. Yes. And I made a mistake of reading this pamphlet and said, listen, I told Bo Diddley, I said, listen, we're going to get represented by a good company now because we have the 208 and 10 is merged. That was a musician union.
Okay.
So where that boy get the information, he threw it back to me. And I said, I got it off your desk. So he told his brother, Bobby Ray said he got it off your desk. He threw it back at him and said, read it, boy. And I read it to him. He told his brother, when I read it to him, he went and told his brother, he used the N-word. So he can't use that N-word because he can read. I didn't get the job.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't get the job.
Right.
We talk about history.
Right.
I want that because out of all the things that have changed, most of the things remain the same.
Exactly.
At the days going on now, this is Black History Month. We're seeing all this stuff that's going on in the White House and the whole bit. It ain't really changed.
No, it hasn't.
It hasn't really changed.
Since you say that, with the things that are going on now, we've seen what has happened this past week, people storming the Capitol. I personally feel like that has nothing to do with us. You know, had that been us storming the Capitol, the story would have been totally different.
Well, you know, we all would have been killed or put in jail by now. But God have a way of waking us up, awaken some people up who don't understand where we stood, are still standing. And it's all gonna work out, you know, it's all gonna work out. I just feel so bad for myself, for other people like me, and for people who want to help me as a black man to go forward.
Right.
Everybody ain't bad. All polices ain't bad. It's just a
Correct.
few that spoil the battle, you know.
Right. We have allies. We do have true allies. And we've had allies, you know, like you said, you've been here 87 years, walking
Right.
this earth. And there have been allies. There are true allies out there that want to help us, you know, whether they be white,
Yeah.
whatever they are, there are allies that help Black folks. I really do believe that. Not everybody is bad. I think it's time for us all to step up.
Oh, that's right.
All of us to step up.
I'm so glad that I'm so glad you said that, because I don't want people to get so down to think everybody was doing this. Everybody wasn't doing it.
Correct.
There's out there, regardless of black, or green, yellow, or brown, or what have you. There's some good people out there in this world, but we all have to recognize and realize that we can't live in this world by ourselves. We must join hands and
That's
hold
right.
and to do better and make better people out of ourselves. This is going to be a good lesson for everyone.
Exactly. So my second question for you for Black History Month is, so the last project that you just finished is Rawer Than Raw?
First of all, I didn't just finish this last project.
Well, yeah.
It was something I was already had in the can.
Right.
I put it out the can. You know, lady, this way I write. I write like demos kind of a stuff. These are supposed to have been some demos that I did. Most of the time I write like this, and I take the band in the studio with me and say, hey, here's a song that I written. Here's what we're going to do. We put other music instruments around it. But this particular time, I said, well, I can't go in a place. I can't bring no musician in my studio.
Right.
What do I do? So someone said, well, pull some of them things back in the can. I have 100-something songs back in the can. And I want to do this kind of thing because I want to recognize and salute the musician that I looked up to, like the Muddy Water, Hollywood, B.B. King, Elmo James, the guys like that, who I just thought so much of when I was young. Yeah,
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
I said Rawer Than Raw. For real.
It's raw than raw. It's raw than raw, baby, you know?
I love it. I love it. Down in Mississippi.
Yeah.
You know, I have some songs that I love you. As I told you when I first met you, my grandmother used to play you. So I was like, you know, I had a secret crush. We won't tell anybody.
It's all right.
Ooh, that's a handsome man. But I listened to your music, and just the way God works, that we got to actually work together on that DME tour, and you introduced me to Dexter Allen.
Yes.
And, you know, everything is for a reason. God has a purpose for our life. And tell me a little bit, you know, you said rather while you had it in the can. Because I have songs that I've written that they're just on paper right now, or I've got a tune to them. I haven't put them out yet. I'm gonna have to do like you. I'm gonna take a lesson from a pastor.
Sometimes you as a writer, you write things that you're going to finish later.
Yeah.
And some of those things you're going to finish later is already finished. Really, it's already done. Just got to put it. What I did, just got to put it out.
I love it. I love it. I'll make sure you get Rawer Than Raw if you don't have it, because I'm telling you, you're gonna love it.
Since we're talking about Black history,
yes.
excuse me. I was born in a little place called Homer, Haynesville, Louisiana. But I left in 1947, went to Pine Bluff, Arkansas with my father, who was a preacher and a pastor of a church. Early 1951, 52, I moved to Chicago. I was going to go to Chicago because I wanted to go to Chicago because the southern states, I said states with an S, seem to have the outside toilet, the white and black, the situation on. I said, well, if I get to Illinois, I won't have to be bothered with that. But when I got to Illinois, Illinois in 1953, taking me to Robin, Illinois, for a white audience, where we played behind a curtain, where they wanted to hear our music, didn't want to see our face. Now I'm in Illinois, because I was left to southern state thinking I would go to Illinois so I have a better view on life and be a free man as a black man entertainer. And I found a brick wall. So as we talking about that, I'd like to serenade you with something that in my mind now, if you don't mind.
Oh, please.
How long? Tell me how long, how long, how long? Tell me how long? Tell me how long, how long, how long, how long? If you still confused, I'm talking about my 40 acres and my mule. Granddaddy died waiting. Mama died waiting too. Martin Luther King died waiting, y'all. Tell me, what about me and you? If you're still confused, all I'm talking about my 40 acres and my mule. Sometimes I wonder what's gonna happen to me when I get too old. Sometimes I wonder, people, what's gonna happen to me when I get too old. Would you take me in your house? Would you just throw me outdoors? How long?
How long? Thank you. You know, I really love the lyrics. Lyrics are important to me.
Always.
Yeah, when I listen to anybody, I listen to lyrics first, you know. Music gets me, but I listen to lyrics, and lyrics are important. Tell me about when you wrote, like that song, I love that. It tells me exactly what we're talking about. It's Black History Month.
It's Black History Month. People need to know that we as Black people have been waiting on our 40 acres of our mule. We've been waiting on the promise all our life.
Right.
Because we were supposed to have been in the signing of the being free. Because we as a people, we weren't in the meeting when the meeting was going on.
Right.
So we weren't in the meeting, you know. Although we said we were supposed to be equal, what have you. But so I'm just hoping somewhere down the line that we get our 40 acres and our mule.
I'm gonna hold my breath. But I'm not gonna hold my breath, but one thing I think you know that I'm proud of us as a people is the fact that we are survivors.
Oh yeah.
We survive.
But you know, I'm so glad you mentioned about survival. I think about myself. I think about you, all the people before me. Let me say something to you, and I never said this to you to your face. Thank you for what you have done, what you're doing, what you plan to do, because what you say about me today, what people perceive me to be. So thank you for being my friend. Thank you for the urge to do something like this, because it's not just about the money, because I know you're not getting rich on this. Oh. But you still putting your voice out there, you put your face out there, and you put your guts out there, and you got nerve to do this. And thank you for what you do.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bobby. You're gonna make me cry.
Oh, you just thank you.
You know, I do it. It's the same. When I was on that tour with you, I learned so much from you. I was fascinated by the fact that, and if nobody knows this about Mr. Bobby could cook.
Yeah.
He could. Remember we were on tour and you cooked for us? You cooked breakfast for all of us?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And I taught you how to brush the alligator's tooth. You know, when you brush his teeth, when you want to brush your alligator's teeth, you got to say gator, gator 3 times. Say gator, gator, gator. Then you brush his teeth. He won't bother you. Trust me.
I remember this story. I'm telling you, if you ever get a chance to go on tour with Mr. Bobby or be somewhere in his presence, he's hilarious. He has stories. He has stories. You know what, Mr. Bobby? I want you to tell us one of your stories. that not, you know, he told us stories that are truthful and impactful. And one of the things that I try to do, and I thank you so much for acknowledging me, but I try to acknowledge the bridge that I've come over. You know, people like you, Mahalia Jackson, Denise LaSalle, rest in peace, you know, James Cotton. These are people that I adore, that I love. I adore you, Mr. Bobby, because of who you are and what you've done for Black folks in history. We need to give you your flowers while you yet live. I don't want to be crying when you're gone. I want to give you your flowers.
Me and
Your band members. I want to talk about your band. So I've seen you without your band. I've seen you with your band. My preference, I'm gonna tell you, is when you just sit down and play the guitar.
Yeah.
And I've seen you do that so many times, and I absolutely like it. I like it because you have that intimacy with the audience when it's just you and the audience. But your band members, I know it's, you know, being a Black woman and being in this business almost 30 years, and I have all men in my band. Thank God for Roz, who just joined my band as a background singer. I've been 30 years with all men, but they're like family. Do you feel that way, that your band is like family after a while?
Bruce been with me for 37 years. Bass man with me for about 12, 15 years. Keyboard been with me 25 years. Everybody been 20 better. Low been with me 18 and 19 years.
Yeah.
Last girl been with me about 10 years. And I mean, this is a family, you know, and I feel sad because now they can't work no place now, no place to work. I feel so bad, but everybody's surviving. Everybody, it's going to get by. It's going to get better. We're going to get the best come around, and we'll be back on. You know, God's going to bless us when we get back together again, do some more good things and have some fun and make some money together, you know?
Right. And that's why I think it's so important that we support one another. That is one of the reasons for these moments in Black history, is that we support one another and help each other. I'm trying to help my band as much as possible, you know, doing little shows like this. You will see one of my band members' names across the screen, y'all. So please donate if you can, tip them if you can. I want to let you know that Mr. Bobby came on and said, don't worry about it. But, you know, I'm gonna do my best for you.
I know that. But you always be fair with people, be fair with you. And I want to thank you again for what and what you do for people. That people listen to us now, it's not so much about me, it's about other people. So please, if you can donate something. I want
the band members, please do.
Yeah, please.
That's what this is about. Every week I'm going to have somebody different, and one of the band members' names will be there, and we're just asking that you donate to the band. Right. Like you said, God is blessing us. We're going to make it. I just think it's important that we help one another the best way we can. You know, none of us is rich.
I want to leave this with you. I want to say, anytime you want me to do something for you, feel free to call me. I'm so glad you asked me to be a part of this. So my motto is now, I'm going to do everything and all I can while I can. I know that will come a time I can't do, then I won't regret what I did not do. Right. So thank you for having me on, and God bless you. And if anybody listens to us tonight, please donate or help us any kind of way. We're not putting a price on you. We just ask you for some kind of donation to help this cause, because you've done a lot of good. Whatever you do, we appreciate it in advance.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the legendary, Grammy-winning, my friend, Mr. Bobby Rush. Thank you, Mr. Bobby. I love you. God bless you. Happy Black History Month, everyone. Bye-bye.
I love you more.